Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Has everybody seen this video? Everybody likes Jason Kelce, right? Like, it's getting to the point where...
I used to. I don't anymore.
You're over him because of the homemaker stuff?
Yep.
Okay.
Because he's an idiot.
Maybe we'll get to that in a little bit because I love that story. But there's this new viral video out of Jason Kelce. Everybody loves him, you know, brother of Travis Kelce. His wife, Jason Kelce's wife, confronts a person that was looking for a picture with the two of them after they left dinner in New Jersey the other night. And it turns into a full-blown screaming match. It's wild.
So the lady's drunk, right?
I don't know that.
Okay, the video that I saw on TikTok, the caption was taken by a third party.
Yeah.
And the caption said something about this drunk lady trying to get a picture with, is it Kylie's her name?
Kylie, yeah.
Kylie Kelce. And I guess apparently Kylie Kelce told her, we're on date night. We don't do it. Which, I don't get, take the picture. I don't get that. You're on date night. What does it matter? Take one picture and move on. I don't understand that. But anyway, and then the lady was drunkenly screaming at her. Apparently.
She was definitely screaming at her, and it was wild and it was tacky. And I kind of agree with you. Take the picture, but I don't know that she was drunk. But it was an ugly scene.
Yeah, and I saw that up there, but I didn't click on it because I try at all costs to avoid women yelling.
Right. True.
It makes me anxious.
Yeah.
Because of my mama.
Yeah.
Yelling at me so much.
Yeah. Everything reminds me of my mother. But it's crazy.
Yeah. The reference to Jason Kelce, the homemaker story, he acted like the other day that if someone called his wife a homemaker, it was an insult.
Yeah.
And I don't ever refer to her as a homemaker or whatever. Because they were talking about the Chiefs kicker and the stuff that he said, at that Catholic graduation because he's a man of God and was speaking his religious beliefs and all that.
What's insulting about saying somebody's a homemaker?
He said, I look at her as more of a partner than a homemaker.
Yeah, it's like that somebody who takes the word homemaker and thinks it's negative is screwed up. Because it's not a negative term. It is a regular, perfectly good term to use, and it's actually a praise if someone is a good homemaker. But we've gotten to the point where that's a Stepford wife, and it's misogynist. So he's just ignorant, I think. So I don't want to say I don't like him, and I think he's just ignorant.
I think he doesn't want to get caught up in that, which none of these guys do. They hate getting asked about it, but it was But
I mean, they say don't want to get caught in the middle of it, but then they go and give the opinion of the other side.
True.
I don't want to get caught in the middle of it, but I'm going to agree with the feminists.
Patrick Mahomes had a great response. He's like, I'm so glad you asked me about this. Because it's true. Like, what are you asking him about it for?
I will give credit to the Chiefs that I've seen so far. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Both were like, calm down, everybody. This is our guy. We love him. People have different opinions. You don't like it, too bad.
And Travis Kelce said the same thing.
Yeah.
Basically, he said, I don't agree with him because he knows Taylor would snatch a knot in his ass if he did.
Bam, bam.
But I just think that Kelce family is liberal. I think they raised. I think their mama's a liberal, and that's where that comes from. All of that stuff.
Yeah, I just don't see.
But he did say, while I don't agree with it, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So that was. We'll get into more things that are now trending, but right now, that is what's now trending.
Okay. I made an observation yesterday that's probably going to make a lot of people mad, but you can't fight the facts. You cannot fight the facts. Coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it, finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
My name is TJ, and I believe that a lot of stereotypes in the world are dead on. There's they're called stereotypes for a reason. I mean, they have to have an element of truth to them at some point, but some of them are dead on. I do not, however, believe in the stereotype that women are worse drivers than men. I don't believe in that one. That used to be, one of the main ones is like, oh, women drivers and all that. And I will gladly admit, not gladly, but freely admit when I do something that is inferior to, another man or a woman. For example, I have always said my wife is a much better parker than I am. She can park way better than I can. She's better at assembling things with directions than I am, which is usually, something that men are better at than women as far as the stereotype goes. But yesterday, I got caught up behind a slow driver, and I live kind of out in the country. But it was one of those driver's ed cars that said, please be patient, student driver and all that. And I happen to think, because I am a student of the culture, you never see women on the passenger side of those driver's ed cars.
As the instructor?
As the instructor. You never really see a woman driver's ed instructor. Now, does that prove that men are better drivers because they're the ones teaching everybody how to drive? I'm not saying it does. I'm just asking the question. 70% of the driving instructors in the country are men.
Really?
Yeah.
I never thought about it, but all of the driving instructors in my high school, it was all men.
I've never passed one on the road that's a woman.
So that's the number 70%?
Mm-hmm. 70%.
Never thought about it.
And I think that 30% of women driving instructors is inflated. I think they're just throwing them a bone. Because if I've never seen one, then they don't exist, right? Isn't that the way it works?
Valid point.
My experience is that they don't exist. Yeah. Ours were always like coaches, though. And I'm sure it's the same thing with you guys. Maybe that's a Southern thing.
Yeah.
And you pick up some extra summer cash. Yeah. Whatever. And the women teachers have husbands to provide for them. So I'm kidding. I ruined it. But seriously, I don't think that men are better drivers on a whole as women. I think it goes person to person on that sort of thing. But I know my kids, when they learned to drive, I was their instructor more than their mom was because she would freak out.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why, because women, it's not that they're not as good drivers, they just get more nervous. But my wife has control issues too, and so as long as she didn't have a brake and a steering wheel on her side to take it over at any time, that wasn't going to work. Same reason she doesn't like to fly, because she's not the one flying the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, and she doesn't know how to fly a plane at all.
That too.
So it's not like she's a pilot and only trust me. That's not it either. Okay, so just start to notice, and when you see one, take a picture of them. Like an endangered species. Take a picture of a woman driving instructor. Send it to us. That'll be fun. Okay, cannibalism coming up next. Don't miss that.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward, and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So this woman in Australia was playing a prank on her brother who had just been released from prison. He'd been in penitentiary. Their grandmother had died a few weeks before his release from the penitentiary, and she was cremated. And she was over at her mom's house, and the ashes were there, and she was trying to lighten the mood, she said. So she told her mom, hey, let's taste Nan's ashes. And so she did. She tasted them, and then her mom tasted them. And then when her brother got home, he said, let's have this great prank, and we'll cook spaghetti for him, and we'll put Nan's ashes all in the spaghetti sauce. So they did, and he ate Nan's ashes. Hey, welcome home from penitentiary. You just ate your grandmother. Ha 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 ha.
It's a prank.
And the mom is participating in this also, right?
Yeah, they've got to be a family of lunatics. The only explanation for it, except for him, other than whatever crime he committed.
Right.
No, he's innocent in this deal.
Holy cow.
But would that be considered cannibalism?
Yes.
If you're eating somebody's ashes?
You're eating a person?
Yeah.
That's what cannibalism is, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Is it eating the flesh of a person?
if it's already turned into ashes, I don't think it would be the same thing.
The consumption of another human's body, whether consensual or not. That really adds a little period at the end.
And Grandma didn't consent to this, I'm
No.
sure.
No, not at all.
That's crazy.
What would you do, Riggs, if one of your brothers played that prank on you?
I don't
Would you be
even know.
livid, or would you laugh it off?
I would not laugh. To me, that is not a funny prank.
Would you vomit?
Maybe.
I think I'd have to go vomit.
Would you be mad at, like, would you be angry? Like, why'd you do that to me?
Probably.
Or would it just be more of a, like,
What the
I
hell
cannot
is-
believe, like, what's going on?
What is wrong with you? I'd be looking at them more oddly. I'd go, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, you're just a freak to even
You're
think
a
of that.
freak.
kind of disrespectful?
And the fact that they were going to
Yeah.
be in the pasta sauce, they were wet ashes. That makes it worse to me. You know, like if anybody's ever been using a cup with liquid in it as an ashtray,
Yeah.
and then you accidentally pick it up, and wet ashes, I think, are way worse than dry ashes. Not that I've had either. I've almost had the wet ashes, but
So granddaughter and mom both they just tasted the ashes like off
Yeah.
their finger, and then they secretly put it in the sauce for the grandson. So
Yeah.
everybody's now tasted the grandmother's ashes.
oh, and I forgot this part. After all of that was said and done, now the granddaughter just tastes the ashes willy-nilly.
Okay,
She's
what's-
act like she's
what-
addicted to it, so she needs to be in the
yeah,
hospital.
something's wrong there.
Send them all to prison. How about that?
Something's definitely wrong there.
It's make my stomach hurt.
Yeah, I know. It's just even if it's just ashes from a fireplace, that's disgusting.
Hiding things in people's food.
That's one of the funniest things ever.
It's a prank.
It's the best prank.
Welcome, yeah, you're right. Welcome home. Here's some more trauma for you.
As if jail hadn't been bad enough. Drop this on you first thing.
Yay.
All right, I want to know why people do a certain thing whenever they go into some sort of a meltdown in public. There's something that a lot of people have in common that I don't understand. Maybe y'all can help me with it coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's right.
Ding, it won't ding
yeah,
your
no
credit.
dinging,
Yeah.
no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out and see what we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Hey, make sure you go check out our charity, Peyton's Promise. You can do that at peytonspromise.org. You can also just go to acetj.com and get to it there. And, you know, if there's some way that you would like to help, be it a sponsorship or a donation or whatever the case may be, we would appreciate it. We do all kinds of things with the money that we raise through Peyton's Promise. Everything from helping people with natural disaster recovery to, wheelchair ramps for special needs people and the whole thing. So acetj.com, look for Peyton's Promise link. Now, we hear about this all the time, that this is a factor when somebody has a public meltdown. And there were two stories in the news this morning just from skimming things that I saw. One is a 47-year-old man in New Mexico got arrested for climbing to the top of a bumblebee statue, Bumblebee from Transformers. And once he got up there, he took off all his clothes. And there was another guy who was on a flight in Australia, and they had to turn back because he took off his clothes and ran naked down the aisle, freaking out, knocking flight attendants down and the whole thing. What makes a person decide they've got to take off their clothes whenever they're having some sort of an episode like that?
I always assume it has something to do with, like, the contact with the skin makes them feel trapped.
Yeah,
like almost like it's bugs on their skin. If they can get the clothes off, they'll stop whatever that feeling is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like a mental issue that has to do with the feeling of clothes against your skin makes you feel like you're caught, you're trapped,
you're bound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so the freak out of the running up and down the aisle had to be some sort of a feeling of being trapped in the plane or whatnot. Wow. But I mean, do they do that all the time? Like at home when they're feeling like they're in a bad mood or something, they strip their clothes off? Ace, you're naked outside of the bathroom more than the rest of us. You're more free with the nakedness than we are.
It's true.
Fair.
I mean, sleeping naked and wearing a robe around the house and nothing under it, and being in hot tubs at Verbos and the whole thing.
All true.
He's truly comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah,
very true.
And meanwhile, I'm a never nude, so I can't speak, educationally on the subject as much.
Would Ace be most likely to like tear off his clothes in like a meltdown? If any of us had meltdowns,
I think he would already have his clothes off before the meltdown happened.
just butt naked.
Yeah.
Just circumstance. He's already naked.
I absolutely see how that could happen. I mean, I understand the thought process.
I'm not ripping my clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm inconveniencing the people enough. If I'm making the plane turn around because I freaked out.
Yeah.
I don't want to add insult to injury by making them look at me naked.
Yeah.
But you would think if you're prone to do that, you would groom yourself a little bit more than these people normally do. Because you see them on the internets and stuff, and they always just look unkempt.
Yeah, maybe they didn't prepare. They weren't expecting.
I might melt down. Let me get in here and manscape a little bit.
We're getting to Now Trending coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
So our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and he has helped us so many times through the years. And when it comes to mortgages, he's going to get you the best deal.
That's right. We are the best deal. And if you're under contract to buy a house, you should check us out. I mean, you're not going to. They never do. But we're the best deal.
But feel free, you should, and because we've used him for years for a variety of different things. Whatever you're needing, go to homewithrichard.com to get the process started, and they can take care of you from there. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
So it's happening again. Another billionaire wants to go down and see the Titanic in a submersible.
To prove it can be done. That's what I saw that the billionaire said.
We know it can be done. They've done it.
Done it. What are we
James
talking
Cameron did it for the movie Titanic.
But in one of those little things, though?
He was in like a personal pod. They did like a whole documentary about it, but I think he was the first person to do whatever he did in that thing. But yeah, James Cameron did it. They've done it plenty of times.
It's been done.
But yeah, he's going to use a much more advanced submersible. But they're still civilians. These are not trained submersible pilots. So he's a billionaire. He's from Ohio. There's a lot of parallels between this story and that story. Obviously, when was that? Last year, when the 5 or 6 people died, were crushed in that submersible, homemade submersible.
Is he going to be one of the people in it?
I believe so. Yeah. They called him well-traveled. He's got tons and tons of money.
His family's like really encouraging him to do it.
I mean,
oh, you should definitely go do that, Dad.
For sure. Just let's make sure we got all the papers in order, and we'll see you on your way. I mean, he's like an old guy.
Would it be wrong if before he decided to do this, if his wife came to him and said, "Hey, before you do this, I just want to make certain I want to see the life insurance policies, and I want at least an email from our life insurance agent saying everything is in order."
I don't think that would be inappropriate at all.
I don't think so either.
My wife would do that.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
If I were about to do something dangerous like that.
I think it's irresponsible to not do that if you got a family.
But she wouldn't have to ask me. She handles all that, so she'd probably take out more life insurance on me.
Would life insurance
you would
cover
never
that?
even know.
No, it's like, we got life insurance?
Oh, great.
Does life insurance cover that kind of thing? It seems like one of the really dangerous things that you could do that they might not cover.
I
think if you're a billionaire, the life insurance part of it's probably not as much as what the other stuff would be.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And you got you can afford a policy that allows you to do dangerous things.
Crazy, stupid things. So he's just getting roasted on the internet. So understandably, Buffalo Wild Wings now through July 10th, every Monday and Wednesday, you get unlimited wings and drinks. And I guess they haven't learned their lesson from Red Lobster, which just recently went into bankruptcy for an all-you-can-eat shrimp fiesta or whatever they were calling it.
But again, but Buffalo Wild Wings is just giving you 2 days a week, right?
2 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, wings and fries.
For how much?
I think it's $19.99. $19.99.
But is there a catch? Like they have to be the red hot habanero. That's what would be funny. Is it's like the hottest wings on the scale. Yeah, you all you can eat for $10.
They do. They have to be boneless.
Oh,
so it's
gross.
like unlimited $20 unlimited chicken nuggets, essentially. So
I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah, Rob's way in, Ace's way in.
I'm all in.
And today, happy National Flip Flop Day. I don't know that people are still wearing this. I think women have like shunned men for wearing flip flops for so long that I think Crocs have now just like replaced flip flops. I feel like
not for sophisticated people.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I love a flip flop.
I do too. Yeah. I'm not gonna let Gen Z women tell me what I can wear and can't wear.
We don't want to see your toes. Okay.
Mine look better than most of theirs. Now.
So those are a few things that are now trending.
Oh, wait till you hear about the day I have in store for myself. And one little fact that slipped out late yesterday that made me stop and go, what? Next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
and years of research,
we've decided great furniture
is good fitting
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Admittedly, I'm not able to tell you everything I want to tell you about my situation. But today's the day. This afternoon, I have been subpoenaed to testify as a character witness. I mean, it's not one of those like where they show up at your house and say, hey, you've been subpoenaed. Here's your subpoena to testify or whatever. Because I had agreed to it before, like I knew they were coming. That whole thing. But anyway, I am a character witness, and I'm testifying via Zoom. Mm-hmm. And I can't even really get into it, but for a very long time. Friend of mine.
This is Ace talk.
Yeah, it relates to a divorce that he and his soon-to-be ex-wife are going through, and so forth and so on.
You just got one subpoena?
Just one.
He loved it.
I figured he'd have gotten 2 subpoenas. Okay, sorry. Go
No, I really. There's so many things that I want to share about this, but I'm really not supposed to be talking about it until it's over, and I don't know a lot of it. But here's the kicker that came on yesterday. So, I am scheduled to be on this Zoom at 2:00, and I got an email that says, at 2:00, and we go through the thing and. I talked to them about whether the questions they're going to ask, kind of that your general prep stuff. Sounds great. And then he said it could only take just a couple minutes. You might only be called for like maybe 10 minutes because I'll ask you some questions, a couple questions. I'm sure they'll want to cross-examine you, and that it probably won't take very long at all once you're called. I said great. I said, well, I'll be ready. I'll be sitting in front of my computer at, 2:00 this afternoon, ready to go. And he said, yeah. So, just leave a window open to be prepared anytime between 2 and 6 your time.
Oh, whoa. Is it the cable guy?
I'm sorry. Wait. I thought I was at 2. He goes, well, with the afternoon, it's 1:00 Central Time where they are. They take lunch at noon, come back and start up again at 1. And so you'll be a part of that afternoon sometime whenever we get to calling.
Yeah. You're witnesses. On the docket.
Oh, God. Damn. So now I just have to sit in my house in front of the computer for 4 hours, possibly waiting on somebody to call me to do this?
I would tell him that my Wi-Fi went out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
My Wi-Fi went out.
And all the cell phone towers dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't even have hotspots.
It's like, oh man, I don't want to do that, but okay.
I was going to ask if they live stream those trials, but I'm sure in Louisiana or wherever it is, they probably.
It's Louisiana.
Is it Louisiana? Yeah. Okay. Probably don't live stream those.
Because they're so poor they can't afford to live stream it.
I don't know. I just feel like they don't have all their T's crossed and I's dotted.
And they got to wait for the judge to finish dropping the transmission in his truck to come into work.
Riggins really thinks that Louisiana's so poor they can't afford to live stream trial like everybody else in the
country
does.
Yeah. I don't know.
So maybe tomorrow I can tell the full story once I know how it all plays out and it's all over with.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Friend dictionaries It's the hottest new thing when it comes to social media. It's the hot thing on TikTok. It's essentially slang that is only shared by you and your closest friends. So people are posting videos where they quiz each other on different words. I get it. I think this is pretty fun. If you haven't seen it.
Something that I say every time I see something flying through the sky.
Plane. What do we say when we walk in the house separately?
Baby?
How, in a joking way, would we say to each other that we wanted to pet someone's animal?
Can I pet that dog?
Something's going one way, then the other way. How would we describe it?
If you're zigging, I'm zagging.
It doesn't really make any sense to anybody else because it's their own little phrase that for whatever reason they find funny. But it's kind of interesting to see what other people have as their interpersonal communications just between the two of them or three of them, whatever.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I don't have anything like that. For the life of me, I've tried to think of stuff that my wife and I would have, and we not got nothing. Any of that. Got nothing.
Yeah. I think we have more of those with each other on the show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, like where we purposely say fruition instead of fruition and those types of things because we've heard people mispronounce it.
Yeah. And most of those now, though, have messed me up so badly after so many years that I have to stop if I go to actually use the word outside of this room and go, it is. It's, well, fruition. Sorry, I was about to screw it up.
Okay, here's one. What do we say if we want somebody to wait?
If we want somebody to wait?
Yeah, if we're telling somebody to wait, how do we say it?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, word.
Word. Word.
Also, computer.
Yeah.
Computer is a good one.
Computer.
Yeah, some of these are shared within the radio family, but not necessarily all of them.
What's a good one? We do have a lot of those. What are they? I don't know. Yeah, I like seeing them with friends, too.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny to see how people interact with each other.
Well, Ace, you'll get some with you and your wife. Just give it time. I think a lot of it comes with time.
Yeah.
You haven't been together that long.
We've been together almost, over 7 years, almost 8 years.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I think the ones that we have, my wife and I have together, are just my making fun of the way she says things. That counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the way if she's hot, she says it's 5,000 degrees. That's how and every flying insect is a bee. It's a bee. Get that bee. Get that bee. It's a fruit fly. It's not a bee. But that doesn't count if it's not mutual, right?
What is the guacamole? Is avocado dip?
Yeah, avocado dip.
Put it on feet.
Oh, Johnny Jams.
Yeah, she does. Jimmy John's, Johnny Jams.
She has a funny new word for private parts.
Yeah.
That I didn't know about.
I can't say that. That was on Extra Funny, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't dirty.
Wasn't it?
Was it?
I thought that was on the Extra Funny podcast.
No, it was on TJ's podcast.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, what is that? I don't know.
I don't know that I could say it.
Okay.
Oh, it wasn't bad. Oh, okay.
What, say it, Riggins.
I don't remember what it was, but it was cute.
A nitty knack.
A nitty knack.
What? This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it. Finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies. Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
A little game that I've been secretly playing all morning. When I was leaving the house this morning, my wife has an incredible sense of hearing. It's apparently pretty amazing. She hears everything, stuff that I don't hear. I mean, after doing between radio for 30 whatever years and being in a band for 21 years or whatever, my hearing is, I don't hear well.
Why are you yelling?
Thank you, TJ. So this morning at 4:45, I was preparing to leave the house, and I was in the office. The office is next door to the baby's room, where the 11-month-old Dax is sound asleep. And I get the following text: "Please, all caps, please be quiet. He's now moving." So I went to my phone and opened the app, and I see that the baby is, he's in the crib, and he wasn't moving at that moment. So I took a picture.
Oh my God.
Because if I take a picture, it screen caps the time in the top left-hand corner. And I then proceeded to take a picture every 10 minutes until the baby moved at 6:05 this morning.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I just have them.
Yeah.
First off, I wasn't making a lot of noise. If you make if you barely hear the door close, it's like, I'll get a text. "You got to be quiet. He's sleeping."
But she's not talking about your volume. She's talking about you just being like
walking,
banging stuff around.
But I'm not banging stuff around. I'm walking. I'm walking across the hallway to get to the other room. And, that you make any noise at all. So I've just been, 10 minutes later, click. Oops, still sleeping. Click. So I got a whole little. I'll show you. I have a whole array of photos in my phone now.
As evidence.
Then I can just scroll back through.
Right.
It's like, wait, where's the bottom? Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's. Look at him sleeping.
And what are you hoping to prove or change about that whole thing? Just to say I wasn't making any noise. He's not moving, because that's not gonna. Because she'll say, "Well, I heard him moving when I said it."
Yeah.
So you got to turn the tables on her. When you're home, like when the baby's taking a nap.
Yeah.
If she text her from across the room, or wherever, please be quiet. The baby's asleep.
I'll do that.
Yeah, always turn the tables.
Always
It's the
turn the
best
tables.
way, and any psychologist will tell you that. Any
Right.
marriage counselor,
Best
turn
way for
the
a couple to
tables.
work together is to turn the tables on them.
Yeah. And then when the tables have been turned, then you sit back and go, doesn't feel so good, does it? Problem solved.
Is that what you do?
Smoochy,
Right.
everything's fine.
Is that how you do it at your house,
Yep,
TJ?
it is.
I like that.
Yeah. Now you see.
Work on that this afternoon.
This is the Ace and TJ show.
Everything you need to know coming up in Now Trending.
This is the Ace and TJ show.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's right.
Ding, it won't ding
yeah,
your credit.
no dinging,
Yeah.
no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out, and so we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies. Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ show.
All right, so De Niro is actually the top trending topic. Robert De Niro, obviously, if you didn't see these videos, he had some interactions with Trump supporters in New York City. and he's cussing at him, dropping the F-bomb, and they're cussing back at him. I mean, it was just an ugly scene.
I mean, it's so sad that somebody who used to be as well respected and all, and as talented as he is, has slipped into clown world. I mean, he even if he were out there proclaiming his support for a candidate that I'm in favor of, he was a blithering, blabbering mess. He didn't even know what he was talking about. He could have at least memorized lines. He's an actor. He could have memorized what he was supposed to say, but he was lost. He didn't know what he was talking about. And, if you're having a discussion and relaying your political views and principles, and the second you introduce profanity, you've shown that you're stupid.
It's like, what are you doing? You're Robert De Niro, one of the great actors of your generation, or of any generation.
And you ever notice
do not be on the street screaming at people. Stop.
These celebrities that do this kind of thing are always the biggest mess personally. They got the biggest mess of a personal life, and then they want to go out and start warning everybody else on how they need to be acting and voting and all of that stuff. That's a shame.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a shame.
Robert De Niro, top trending topic. Today is National Paperclip Day. The patent for the paperclip issued in 1867. Samuel Fay was designing something to attach tickets to fabric, and he came up with the paperclip. 1867. So love that.
It is a genius little invention.
Yeah, I mean, it was perfection when he made it.
What are these things?
Paperclips.
And this is not a new item?
This has
been around a while?
It's been around for a minute.
Well, I'm going to have to go find one. Are they expensive?
No, they're super cheap. Oh. And just an example of how the media is so bad. I was watching news coverage yesterday of this Ticketmaster Department of Justice fiasco, and the news anchor goes, yeah, I mean, tickets are out of control. Everybody knows, like, if you've tried to buy tickets for Alanis Morissette, you know how expensive they are.
What?
Alanis Morissette? I mean, could you give it, like, a weirder reference? I mean, no offense. Alanis Morissette, great. But, I mean, what are you doing? Because if anybody's seen the tickets for Alanis Morissette, I'm turning the station. This is ridiculous.
Go get them.
It's ridiculous. Tourism in your town. What should people just pass? We're going to find out coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
My name is Riggins, and I grew up in a town called Salisbury. It's in North Carolina. It's not I guess you could call it a small town. It's like 40,000 people, I think, is what it is now. But not a lot happening in Salisbury. But when I was growing up, whenever we had relatives or friends of the family come into town, my mom would always do the same thing. She'd say, well, I'm going to take them to go see Liddy Dole's home. As like they would be excited. Now, Liddy Dole was a senator in North Carolina in the 90s, maybe. She was married to Bob Dole. Yeah. And that was like, for my cousins who would have been 8 to 10 at the time, I'm like, they probably don't know who Liddy Dole is. And while I'm sure she's a remarkable woman, who cares? Who cares? There's got to be something else in Salisbury that you can take them to go visit. Now we have a train station and things like that. Mm-hmm.
Salisbury's been featured twice, I think, on TJ and Jody's Small Town Adventures.
It's a small town. It's quaint. Yeah. It's very cute. It's the home of Cheerwine. We have the Cheerwine Festival, which is now a big deal. So that's great. But to go see the childhood home of Liddy Dole, I just thought was a dumb idea for kids. Personally,
I think you are 100% correct.
Do you think? Right? I'm not. way off on that.
I would have to agree with
We've
that.
got a park. I mean, I don't know. There's other things to do, but that's what she would always do. And it reminded me last year, I think it was, we have a listener that said, hey, if you guys are ever coming through our town, don't bother going to see the world's largest frying pan. And I remember thinking, you got it.
You got it.
Because we looked it up. And it is a big frying pan, and they cook something in it once a year, and it's like a big thing. But it's probably the size of like a poker table with a big, it's like a big cast iron frying pan that they keep under a tent. And she was pointing out that it's just not as impressive as maybe you might think it is.
Impossible.
Right. So when people are rolling through your town, what's like the tourist attraction that people should probably just skip? I don't know. You guys have much smaller towns than I grew up in, so I don't even know that you have something.
The only kind of attractions that we had in Winfield, Louisiana, was the fact that Huey P. and Earl K. Long were from there, and they were famous Louisiana governors. The movie the Blaze was done about Earl K. Long, and he was buried, and that was a park underneath his statue. But other than that, it was no big deal.
So they could go see the statue, but probably not.
Yeah.
So what is it for you in your town? We're going to find out next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's right.
Ding, it won't ding
yeah,
your credit.
no dinging, no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out, and so we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
These are fun. People are just... So what is the tourist attraction in your town, in your hometown, or where you live now, that people should probably just pass right by? Just skip it. It's really kind of underwhelming or just not worth the hype. At the Ace TJ Show, if you've got a great one. And it turns out people in our radio family just love ripping on their hometowns, because
these are really fun.
These are funny. And I know some of these because I've seen them on Small Town Adventures. A lot of these people in our radio family live in small towns, and TJ and Jody and Jenny and Michael have visited them. Like the Across the Grain sculpture art in downtown Lenore is what Haley says. And I said, I know exactly what that is. It's a big it's just a ring sculpture. It's I hate to poo-poo anybody's art, but it is just a big metal ring out in the front of the city square.
How did she describe it? She goes, not impressive at all. It's a dirt wheel.
It's a dirt wheel.
I was like,
I like it.
Can't wait to see that.
It's cool, I guess. Yeah. It's all right.
Win in Rome.
Yeah. Some of these are funny. Like Cynthia said, the Patsy Cline house. And I think, isn't it the Miss Patsy Cline?
Miss Patsy Cline.
She said the Patsy Cline house, it's not where she was born. It's where she lived as a teenager, and it's not very big, and it's not very interesting. So yeah, not even the childhood home; it's the teenage.
There's
home.
one here I don't understand. Ashley said the world's largest concrete legs.
Yeah,
are up here towards the Virginia line.
I looked them up. They are huge, just concrete legs.
Are they like human leg statues or something? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
it almost looks
vulgar.
Yeah.
Vulgar?
Especially where the play button shows up on the screen.
That definitely is vulgar.
Yeah, that looks vulgar.
Come on, they have to be fooling us or something, right? They have to be funning us.
Because the legs are spread open, and there's the archway with the name of the park or whatever there, and that looks inappropriate.
I have an X-rated emoji that's that exact same thing.
The sign above it says reminiscing, so...
Oh. And is there a garter on it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, is that a garter?
Yep, it certainly is.
You're right, that is a garter.
Now, I wonder if the person that lives in that mobile home right there next to him is that
but you could take the best, perspective, the greatest shots of that.
Who lives in that mobile home that's right, literally at the edge of the world's largest leg?
Probably the ones who built it.
That's my greatest achievement in life.
There's a baby blue mobile home right next to these world's largest legs.
That's why it's not a baby blue regular home, because they spent all their money
building those legs.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
So our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and he has helped us so many times through the years. And when it comes to mortgages, he's going to get you the best deal.
That's right. We are the best deal. And if you're under contract to buy a house, you should check us out. I mean, you're not going to. They never do. But we're the best deal.
But feel free, you should, and because we've used him for years for a variety of different things. Whatever you're needing, go to homewithrichard.com to get the process started, and they can take care of you from there. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Shout out to Richard Toccato, sponsor of the Ace and TJ Show. Love that guy.
Yep.
Homewithrichard.com.
The shrinking Richard Toccato.
Oh, is he?
He's lost some weight.
Good for him. Mm-hmm. Is he doing the Ozempic?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I ask people immediately.
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, and I think now everybody assumes that if anybody loses weight, they're taking one of those.
Yeah,
drugs.
you could lose
It's like,
10 pounds over the course of 2 months. Somebody goes, "Oh, is it
Ozempic? Good for you."
I just watch what I ate, exercise.
Yeah.
But he was telling Ace to begin with. He was looking at Ace when he started talking about losing weight and all. And he goes, "Oh, what am I telling you for?" And then turned to me. Like I'm gonna tell the fat guy that he needs to join me here.
Ouch. Well, I don't know. I saw Ace eating a Krispy Kreme this morning. So
Half.
Joe eat half?
Yeah. I've had it's been a rough couple weeks.
Was it?
He's got to go to court today. He's having
Krispy Kreme in there.
He's having a tough time.
Yeah, I'm not even going to court for myself. That's the whole thing. I'm not even going to court for me.
I'd rather be going for somebody else than me.
Well, yeah, I would too. I just guess, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like, maybe,
But I was saying, like,
maybe I shouldn't have volunteered for this.
even if you're not in trouble, you feel like you're in trouble when you have to go into court. Like there is an overwhelming sense of like, oh God, they could just be like, hey, while you're here, we've got a couple issues to clear up with you. Like, oh damn.
When we saw your name was going to be a character witness in this deal, we decided to check your background, and I got a couple things I need to speak to you about.
Exactly. Yeah. Are you the David? Like,
yeah.
Oh damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I got called for jury duty, and during the selection process, they were going through questioning them, and then when they stopped to take a break, some of the court people, attorneys and whatnot, were coming and getting my autograph and stuff.
Get out.
Wanting a picture.
No way.
And they let me go.
We're going to cut you loose there.
Maybe because when I said, no, I can't be impartial, because as soon as he walked in with those gray patent leather pointed toe shoes, I said to myself, drug dealer.
That could be fun.
Your Honor.
And it may not have been my autograph. It may have just been like signing release papers or something that wasn't being chosen. I don't know, but still, I signed my name.
Your Honor, drug dealer. Yeah. He's like, we're not at that point yet.
I mean, look at the jewelry. I mean, come on.
So keep Ace in your prayers today.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.